Is talk a little bit about where this network started and where it is now and how we got here, and then talk a little bit about the future of the network and what we want to do. It's something that's probably the most important segment that I'm going to do in this podcast, and it's thanking everyone who's helped me. So you're looking at the positive COVID test that I had last week, and it kind of pushed everything back a week for me. So I apologize for the delayed release. I know I was going to start doing this last week in November, but like I said, the COVID thing got me, and that was the first time I had symptoms of COVID since it all started. But it's been almost 4 years, I guess. In the spring it'll be 4 years. So I feel like I defeated that thing. So, but it did knock me on my butt, and I'm better now. But it took me a few days to get back, so it kind of pushed everything back a week. So again, I apologize. And I hope you enjoy this episode, and let's get started. I know that this is kind of a new thing. I did this podcast last winter, but as you can see, we kind of changed things, how we're doing it, the quality of it. Hopefully the audio and video are both improved from last year. This episode, which is our first episode for our second season, it's going to be called the 2023 Review and 2024 Sneak Peek. And what we're going to do is talk a little bit about where this network started and where it is now and how we got here, and then talk a little bit about the future of the network and what we want to do, and look into next season as far as the games go, and the new technologies and different things that we're using, some of the upgrades and things that we'd like to do. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen to get to that point, although where we come from and where we are today, I did not think we would be this far along in that first year. So there's a lot of people to thank. There's a lot of things to do. Again, thanks for joining us. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And I'll get more into this as to why it's important for the network and what we can do whenever you do subscribe, how it helps us. So getting into this a little bit. So we're going to start this podcast. Again, this is our first episode for our second season. The one thing that I want to bring up before we actually get into the podcast itself is if you or a business that would like to be a sponsor of our podcast. So when I'm going to do a lot of interviews this year, specifically of the high school seniors and of softball players in the area. This screen is going to be the main screen that has both me in the bottom right-hand side here, and then on the left-hand side where it's currently dark, that's going to be where the whoever the player is that I'm interviewing. So whenever this screen is visible, if you want to sponsor it, just let me know, and where the sponsorship sign is will be your business logo, and we'll get your name out there and try to get you some advertisement space. And then also, if you do become a sponsor of the network, we'll also get you involved in the commercial type things that we do in between innings during our broadcast. So if this is something you're interested in, you can email me at bill.littler@bcsoftballnetwork.com. And just show me your interest. Let me know you're interested, and then we can talk about what it's worth to you and everything. I'm not looking to get rich off of it, but um, the there is a lot of space for advertisement, and I do want to take advantage of that and offer it to businesses or local businesses like I have been doing. And all right, so the next thing that I'd like to bring up is what's called branding. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like our logos and different things that we have that is specific to our network. As you can see behind me is a new logo that I'm going to release this year. I like the old logo, but there was a lot of things that I didn't like about it. So I've decided to redo it and come up with my own kind of concept and idea with it. And this is what I've come up with. So you're going to start seeing more of this. This will be on our Facebook channel or Facebook page, and then our YouTube channel, and just trying to get it out there so everyone sees and recognizes it. I'm also making tags and different things. I'm doing shirts and things like that can be available. So there's a lot of stuff going to happen this off season, and I'm really excited about it, and just our efforts in continuing to grow this network and to honestly give back to the girls in Beaver County softball. So again, I want to thank everybody, and this is just another area of things that we're going to try to hit on and improve and make things better than what they have been. So this next segment is something that's probably the most important segment that I'm going to do in this podcast, and it's thanking everyone who has helped me. So I started to put this idea together late last summer in the All-Star games. I did a few All-Star games. I had a couple failures, of course, but I've worked through that, and I've done a lot of things to help improve it and help give you guys a network that is worth watching, and hopefully you guys like some of the commentating and things that I do with it. But to get me to the point that I'm at right now, I had a lot of people help me. Yeah, so I'm just thanking the people who have been part of this. So, of course, everyone listed here had done something as far as donating their services to me, donating products to me, donating cash to me, supporting me as far as allowing me to come do your games and your the tournaments that I was asked to do, and it's just exciting. I know I didn't list all the teams and stuff that were involved in the broadcast or anything like that, but these are more people who have become partners and donated their time and money and services and things. So I'm very thankful, and I just wanted everyone to know that the reality is that I couldn't have done this without all of the support that you see on the screen. Also, the fundraising support that I had was incredible. I had 3 fundraisers this year. One was a bat raffle that was donated to me by Jeff Plumer out of Headbanger Sports. I did a Mevo live stream camera package raffle, which was very popular. And then, of course, the NFL Survivor Pool, which it's currently still active. There's 6 people remaining. In this pool, and the last man standing is going to win $420. So hopefully this pool can continue growing each year, and we can get it bigger and bigger and bigger. This year we had about 60 participants. The winning pool was $420, and I already mentioned that, and the network made a couple $100 out of it. So again, it's great to have this, and I appreciate everybody who has supported us through the fundraising part of it. I definitely appreciate that assistance. And then, of course, the people who follow us on Facebook and who subscribe to the network, and who, the Instagram accounts that I've been trying to build this account up a little bit. I've seen that mostly high school softball players are on Instagram, not so much on Facebook. So I kind of use Instagram to communicate with them a little bit. And then, of course, we have Twitter on here, which I really haven't had the chance to build that following that much. But Twitter's more for the recruiting aspect of it. So a lot of college coaches are on Twitter, and if the girls would like to be interested in getting into that space, the Twitter space, that's where the college coaches kind of reside and look at things. So um, that's why I have that there, just in case everyone would like to start getting more involved in that. Not a lot of girls from Beaver County are plugged into Twitter, at least from what I've seen, which isn't a big deal. You know, there's other ways to get into college ball if that's what you decide to do. I know there's a lot of girls who don't want to play college ball and just want to enjoy their time playing high school ball, which is great too. So, and you know, just in the end, I just want to thank everybody, because like I said, without your interest and your help and your assistance, I'm not able to do something like this. And I really enjoy doing this, and I'm really putting in a lot of effort and a lot of my time into it, because I want it to be as good as I can make it be. So again, thanks for everyone's support, and I hope I can continue giving you a product that you all enjoy. Those of you who know me through like the Central Valley Youth Program and also the Beaver County Fast Pitch League, when I do the books and different things like that, when it comes to finances, I like to be completely transparent, or as much as I can be anyway. And that's something that I'd like to do here with everybody. So from the time I started this in late July of 2022 until the beginning of October, you could see the initial investment was $2,500. And this wasn't a one-time like donation thing. This is like over the course of this year of money going into it, as far as what I was paying out of my pocket, just to get things where I needed to be. This wasn't just cash. So I had equipment from the times that I streamed my daughter and stuff. So I put all that in there as monetary value. And then I also did things like I have like Amazon award points. I used a lot of that to buy things. So it really wasn't cash money out of my pocket, but there was some, and of course the value of what I did donate was in different forms. It wasn't just cash donation. So total expenses for the year was almost $6,000. The total donations was around $2,100, and then the fundraisers that money that we earned through fundraising was $1,685, which was pretty good. So, and of course, right now we have a $420 winning pot that needs to be paid out once the survivor pool is completed. So, like I said, I'd like to be transparent with the funding and all that stuff, because like I said, I'm not really into this to make this like an income type of thing. This is really just a hobby for me. Now I do want it to pay for itself. I don't want to have to pay for it out of my own pocket. So there are things that I'm doing to get us to the point where it's zero cost, not only for you guys but also for me. And that's what this segment is going to be really about. Now, to talk a little bit about YouTube, the richest YouTuber is a guy called Mr. Beast, and he has over 2 million or 200 million subscribers. And I have his channel here. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I haven't watched any of his stuff, but he has several channels, but this is his biggest one, and it has 206 million subscribers, which is crazy. But what's unique about it, though, is the amount of money that he makes on his network is insane. He's making $54 million annually just by posting these videos and people watching his stuff. It's insane. So there's a lot of money out there that we can take advantage of through the network. Now, as of making this video, I think I have 699 subscribers. So, of course, this slide is outdated, but we're up to 699. So we're real close to getting that 1,000 mark. And that 1,000 mark is where really what makes you, it qualifies you to monetize. And that's the goals. There's a lot of analytics behind the scenes that as a YouTuber allows you to look and see and keep eyes on how things are going, what videos were successful, what's working, what isn't working. You can do all that stuff. And one area that we have is this watch time from subscribers. So watch time is when you have people that are watching your videos. And as you can see, we have a lot more people watching our content that's not subscribed than we do subscribe. So the idea is to get this number closer to 50%. I don't expect it to be 100%, but if we can get it down to 50%, it's going to really help us get to 1,000 subscribers. And that's ultimately what our goal is to get the 1,000 subscribers. And it's something that I think is very, very doable. I didn't think we'd be at 700 at this point whenever I first started doing this last year. So, I mean, I remember having troubles just getting 50, which allowed me to live stream. So getting to 700 is really exciting for me. It's definitely something that I feel is a huge success. And we got there a lot quicker than I thought we would. So I'm very happy for that. But it'd be nice to get to that final push and to reach that 1,000 status. So again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, just click on the subscribe button, and it's really helping us out in the long run. Of course, we want to try to get this network to support itself, fund itself, and to get us there, we need everybody's help. So how can you help us get there? First off, it's the YouTube channel awareness. So, of course, the first thing is subscribe to the channel. Next thing is when you watch videos, just like them. You don't have to do anything more. Just click on like. And then, of course, you can share the videos to social media. And the other thing that's very interesting is this create clips for social media. And what you can do is, and I'm going to drop into this here. So this is our network. And I'll go into this first game here.
Enough.
I'll kill the volume so you don't hear it. But when you get to a point where, like, say your daughter's batting, or if she makes a good hit or a good play, you can go here where these scissors are and click on clip. And what this does is it allows you to create, but you can create your own clip, and then you can give it a title and then click on share clip. And what this does is gives you a link here, and you can click copy and then paste it onto your social media accounts. And what happens is, let me see if it's, you're not going to be able to see it. But what happens is it creates a direct link to that clip or that shortcut. So it's also a good way for your players who's interested in using some of these clips for recruiting and stuff. You can create these clips, paste them into an email, and then you can send them off to college coaches or whoever you want to help promote their game and try to get more interest as far as their abilities. So that's one way of helping us. And what this does is it brings traffic to our network. And the the traffic is what we need to help us when we monetize. When we do get to monetize, realistically, we're not going to be like Mr. Beast, who has millions of followers. We're not going to get there. But realistically, we can get around 100 views per live stream. And we typically get anywhere from 10 to 30 people watching it live. Sometimes it's lower, sometimes it's higher, but that's typically the range that we get. And then, with each of those videos posted, we get, like 100 views. So, and that's over time. So it doesn't have to be live. It can be, some people watching it on demand or whatever. But we get those 100 views. And what that does is it gives you about $1 to $2 for each video. And if I'm doing 3 to 5 live streams a week, you can see that it's going to make us $6 to $10 a week or $30 a month. And that $30 a month is honestly enough to sustain what I currently have today. It's about what I pay monthly for the network. So paying for itself is ultimately what we want to do. And doing that, it's going to, this network is always going to be free for you guys, but I want to make it free for me. So that's the intent of doing all this. Now, Facebook is something else that we can also keep an eye on. Facebook, we're currently on a bonus program with Facebook. and believe it or not, we're actually making income there. Not a lot, but we're making some. So of course, if you aren't on Facebook, I get it. I wish I wasn't on it. I'm probably on it too much, to be honest with you. But if you are on Facebook, follow the page, of course. Like our page and all the content that's posted, whether it's videos, pictures, whatever. Like it, share it, whatever you can do to drive more traffic to it. Then, of course, share the videos and content to your page, and comment on anything. So the more you comment, I made a joke about it. There was a discussion about that Coach Tony and how she promoted the game and how successful it was. And there was another parent from the other team that said that they were involved in it as well. And there was some back and forth a little bit, but all of that attention actually made Facebook some money, which was pretty crazy. So in August, we made about $3.62 for the month. And then in September, we made $4.05 for the month, $7.67, which I thought was great. That's money that we didn't do anything to make. And, it's just a good opportunity to have this network pay for itself. There's also other ways to support the network. So what is affiliate marketing? So here's the Webster Dictionary of affiliate marketing. It's just pretty much when people are selling products and things, and you share their links, and if you sell product through your following, whether it's your YouTube page, TikTok, or whatever, then you get commission for it. And there's a lot of businesses are moving this way just because the amount of people that are involved in social media. I know my daughter is like she's like posting links on clothes and stuff on TikTok, and she's actually doing pretty decent, to be honest with you, which is pretty cool for her. But the affiliate marketing that we're partnered with is the Amazon. So when you see a shortcut to Amazon on our network Facebook page or on the YouTube channel itself, click on that, and whenever you purchase things on Amazon using that link, the network gets commission from it. Now, we don't get, it's not like a lot of money. Shopping a lot or doing a lot, especially around the holidays this time of year, every penny counts, right? So the more that we get, the better the network would be. Another affiliate that we have is called Mint Mobile. Now, Mint Mobile is a cell phone provider that is all online. So they don't have the brick and mortars like Verizon and AT&T does. Everything's done online. They use T-Mobile towers. So if you have good service with T-Mobile, then you'll have good service using this Mint Mobile. And they're cheap. It's $15 a month for their cheapest package. I know my dad is on our cell plan, and we have to pay 30 some dollars for him a month, and he doesn't even use data. He just uses literally the phone. He doesn't even text or anything. He just calls people. But Verizon doesn't have a cheap plan for that, but this Mint Mobile does. So we're actually going to move him to Mint Mobile because it's going to save him, 50% of his bill. So if you can look at and see if you can benefit from Mint Mobile, use our links. And if you do decide to use their service, then, like I said, we'll get a cut for it. Of course, M7 Sports is probably one of our biggest partners. If one of your daughters would happen to go and become an M7 client of theirs, then if you tell them that you had received that information from us, then we would get a commission for it. And then Headbanger Sports is another one. So Jeff Plumer, if you purchase things through him, mention the network, and like I said, if he'll give some commission back to us as well. And again, these affiliates, you're not getting a ton of money, but every little bit helps, and that's the whole concept and idea. So whenever you see these links anywhere, please use them. It can really help us out. So now the next big thing is that I've just started doing is I'm doing bag tags for the girls. So if if you want to, you can go to shop.bcsoftballnetwork.com and you can see our products. Right now we have the bag tags, and then we also have award plaques that I can do. But the bag tags, I've actually received several orders to do them, and they're hard plastic. I mean, I have one here. And you could see. I mean, it's not bending at all. You know, it's hard plastic. These are PVC tags that are really durable, really nice quality, and I can print pretty much anything on them. So, um, like I said, the few people that have purchased them have been really pleased with it, and you know, the more people that get it, like I said, the money that is raised through them will benefit the network, cover costs and all that stuff. Now, we have all these different ways of getting income. And I'm sure the question is, what are we going to do with this, right? So right now we're just kind of on the edge of it starting to come in. Right now we really don't have a lot coming in. As you can see, we only made like $7-8 on Facebook. We didn't get anything from YouTube yet, and then a little bit with Amazon, not much, maybe like $20-30 or something. And then of course the bag tax is actually bringing in a good sum of money. So um, in the end, the question is, I'm sure, what will we do with this money once we start bringing it in? So of course, again, this network is about the girls of softball. So from last year, I started to do what's called a BCSN All-Star team, and what I did was I selected the girls who I felt deserved to be listed as an all-star, and hopefully, with me being I'm not tied down to one team this year. I can pretty much come and go as I please. It'll allow me to see some more girls than what I've seen last year. Most of my games that I watched was Central Valley playing because of my daughter, so I kind of paid attention to who they played and streamed their games, and this year I get to do more. So I'll get to go to some of the more popular games or more competitive games, and my schedule can be more flexible, which is going to be, I think, going to be a lot of fun. And one of the things that I'm going to do this year is that when girls receive their it's going to be called All-BCSN, I'm going to make an award and send them an award with a congratulations letter to their athletic directors. And of course, all of this is going to be covered by the network. I'm going to, print the signs myself, and the letter. I'm actually going to use Chat GPT and artificial intelligence to help with some of this. So, it's a cool feature. It's a cool thing that I'm doing, and it's going to help make things a little bit more business-like or professional. I think that's something that's important for the network to have its credibility. But I'm going to have these awards passed out to these girls. So if you make first or second team BCSN this year, you will get an award that I'm going to send to your athletic director. So I think that's exciting for the girls. Now, the other thing that we're going to do, put money into, is network improvements and expansion. Right now, this is the only network connection that I have. It's this Orbic hotspot for Verizon. This is my personal hotspot that I use. It is good for the most part. There are times when I drop signals and things, and it kind of cuts the stream out a little bit. There are some complexes that are a little bit more challenging than others to stream at, but I want to improve all that and to make sure that we can actually stream without worrying about dropping anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to expand my network and bring in another SIM card or another hotspot. But this one I can plug directly into this YOLO box. This YOLO box down here is what drives my network, and this is kind of the heartbeat of the whole operation. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this second SIM card, and I'm going to use Mint Mobile so we can benefit from it. But this is going to plug into this device directly. And then I'm going to have this one which is my current hotspot, plus this new one, and it's going to combine it using this application called Speedify. And what it's called network bonding is what it's really called. And not to get too techy, but essentially what it's doing is getting those two hotspots or network connections and bring them into one. And what it does is it increases the bandwidth availability. It also makes it a redundant resource. So if there's failover support, so if one signal drops, the other one will stay connected, so your feed doesn't drop at all. And then the other one will come back on, and they'll balance out and work with each other again. So that Speedify tool kind of keeps track of everything. So it'll keep track how many times it drops, how many times it comes back, how many saves it has, and all that stuff. So it's all pretty cool from a techie standpoint to see all that stuff. But from a viewer standpoint, this layout is definitely something that's going to help us do it. And I want to get this ready for 2024. Now I do have this third hotspot. I do have this device in my possession. This is an older device that I used that still works, but getting this second, or this would be a third hotspot. So I would actually have three hotspots that's network bonded into one, and that would make my network connections pretty stable, and I feel more confident in knowing that I'm not going to drop anything during the live feeds, which I think is something that it's important, I think, for the integrity of the network. If you have a network that you're streaming to that is constantly dropping its stuff or freezes up or doesn't look good, I don't think many people are going to want to come back and keep watching it. So my goal anyway is to have a network stream and a broadcasting feature that's going to make things attractive for people to return and come back for more. So looking out even further into future goals, future 2025, 2026 type things. Of course, 4K is going to be something that's it's already being talked about. So you have 4K on your TV and stuff, but this is 4K streaming through YouTube and through that YOLO box that I have. And it's something that's it's typically not supported at this point, but it's starting to become more supported. Right now, 1080p is kind of what the supported stream is, the size of it. It's HD quality. I mean, it looks good. But streaming in 4K is going to be something that this network is going to eventually move to. Now, it's expensive. Not so much doing it, but you're going to have to get the 5G networks. You're going to have to look at 6G once that comes out. There's going to be more bandwidth restrictions, and then of course you're going to have to get new cameras. I'm going to have to get a new YOLO box. So there's a lot of things that need to get upgraded. So it's going to be a big expense. That's why it's kind of in the future. 2025, 2026, probably more like 2026, I think. Just because of the cost of everything. But it's definitely something that I'm looking at to get to eventually. The big thing that I would like to do, is get into the scholarships. So, again, this network is made for the girls in mind, especially with softball in the area for Beaver County, and I think it's cool to be able to give back to the community in the sense that we'll have scholarships. And I'm not expecting to have thousands and thousands of dollars in scholarship money, but if we can give a girl, a check for $250, $500, or whatever, for when they go off to college, I think that would be a good thing for the community. And there's going to be criteria and stuff that we have. It's going to give us the opportunity to select these scholarship winners, but we got to get the money first. We really don't have that money to do the scholarships just yet, but the goal for the network is to actually get there and do the scholarships. So now, of course, the next part of this is to get into the Small Ball podcast and what we're doing with it. The Small Ball podcast is something that I had created for a stopgap between November and March, because we don't really do much softball these months in the northern in the north, just with the weather, the snow, all that good stuff. So there's really not a lot of streaming or things to do, and I didn't want the network to kind of lose connection or people not look at it anymore or not have a reason to look at it anymore. So I decided, hey, I'll do this podcast and we'll try to get people to watch the channel through this podcast instead of the live games. Now, this show lineup for our second season, which is going to be the end of this year and into next year, we're going to have 18 total shows. The big thing that people wanted me to do that I didn't do a lot of last year was player interviews. So I'm looking at 11 seniors that's going to do an interview, and several of them have already agreed to do it. So these girls here have all agreed to participate in an interview. And then we have 3 other girls that I have yet to get an answer from. So hopefully there'll be 11 total girls that we're going to have interviews of, which I think is a big number. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, the girls that had gotten back to me seem to be really excited about it. So, it's going to be a good thing, I think, for them. Now, there's 7 additional shows. So, of course, there's this one that we're doing now, the first episode, the 2023 review and 2024 sneak peek. And then there's an interview with Coach Hannah Maga. She's from Western Beaver. She had a very successful season last year. So I wanted to give her an interview. Travel softball, this episode is going to be kind of challenging for me. It's going to be called Travel Softball Then and Now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to interview several people who've been involved in travel softball for a long time. So I have a couple people in mind, and collectively they probably have over 60 or 70 years of travel softball experience between the 3 of them. So another thing, or another show that I like to do, and I always do this with Macy just because she's my daughter, and it's a reason for me to talk to her. But I think it's cool because there's a lot of people that's following her and interested in her journey. So I'm going to talk a little bit about her experience so far with college softball, and what opportunities does she have at this point, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we did to get her prepared and ready to play at that D1, the Division I level, just to keep everybody updated on her, because a lot of my following is family and friends of mine personally who they know Macy, so I'm just going to continue doing that for her, and also she's a friendly interview, so she can help me work out some of the kinks and things. If I come up with anything. So, and then of course we'll do the WPIAL spring softball preview like we did last year, and hopefully we do better this year. And then the BCFPL summer softball preview, and then the All-BCSN announcement. So for the small ball podcast, it's going to be I think it's going to be a great season. It's going to be an absolute blast. The quality of it's going to be so much better, both video and audio, and it's just an exciting time. And please watch the videos, because when you watch these videos, what we're doing is we're collecting watch hours, and not only do we need 1,000 subscribers, but we also need 4,000 watch hours. So anytime you can watch these videos, whether you're watching the podcast or live streams, it helps the network out because we gain watch hours. And that's really the important thing for us to get to that monetization point, which is going to be, it's going to take this network to another level for sure. So with that, that is the end of this show. Again, I thank you for tuning in and watching, and I appreciate the support. I'm going to say it again. If you haven't subscribed to the network, please do. That subscription is really going to help us out. It's kind of like when you vote, you think, oh, it's only one vote, but it means a lot. Just like the subscribe here. If you subscribe to it, it would be a great thing to do, and I really appreciate if you would do it.